Does your practice offer your patients a tour of the practice? Now I know what you might be thinking. Why in the world would I give my patients a tour of the practice? Lauren, let's be honest, they don't want to see a tour of our whole practice. Well, you might be missing out on an amazing opportunity to create a unique and positive experience for your patients. Now, whenever I spend a day with practices or I'm working with team trainers on how to implement a top-notch experience in the practice, one of the ways we do this is with a patient tour. Now, if you're thinking about a patient tour in your practice and you're probably wondering, well, okay, if I did a patient tour, what would we talk about? Like, what would I point out? Well, if you're a dental practice, it's a great opportunity, one, to get to know your new patients if you're showing them the office for the very first time, but it's also a walking, talking resume of bragging on your practice to that new patient. So whenever you think about your practice and you think about the different parts that make you unique, some things that you might point out is the doctor, if you pass a doctor in the hallway, pointing out that you have digital x-rays, which I hope you have digital x-rays by now, but pointing that out to your patients, it's just resume builder. It's also a great opportunity. I know most practices, specifically in dental, will offer customized bleaching trays for their patients. Brag about that. If you have an in-house lab, that's the perfect opportunity to bring up that you do bleach trays or night guards or whatever type of aligners that you do in your practice. Bring that up, share that with the patient, point out your lab. Just say, we do have an in-house lab where we do customized bleach trays or night guards. Whatever your cosmetic needs are, we handle all of that in-house. Now, obviously every single practice has a sterilization room. Your patients don't know that. Point it out, brag, let them know that you have an in-house sterilization room, and that's where you sterilize all of the instruments that you use so that you can make sure that your patients all have a hygiene and clean experience. So those are just a couple quick examples. Now, for my practices that offer referral contests, this is also a great way to point that out and say, hey, we also do a referral contest for any patient that refers somebody new to our practice. Currently, we're running a referral contest on maybe it's a green egg or a smoker or ballpark tickets, Disney tickets, whatever it is for your practice. That's another opportunity to brag about that. Now, whenever you're going through that patient tour, make sure that you customize it for your patient and for your practice. Please don't point out all of the team members in your practice because that can be really overwhelming for your patients. So you just want to bring up just a couple key items. It should be about 30 seconds. So it doesn't need to be a 2 or 5 minute long tour. Like I know you have busy schedules, but it should be about a 30-second brief tour of the practice as you're taking them back to the clinical room. It's unique, it's memorable, and it sets you apart from the competition.